On Camper Today, a four-wheel drive day trip you can take to some spectacular country west of Gladstone in central Queensland, where adventure, action, dizzying heights, a plane crash and a love story awaits. No, I can definitely assure you it's got nothing to do with me and Daryl. We're just two normal blokes looking for adventure. I've spent some time in the last few days in the town of Ubobo in the Boyne Valley and had the good fortune to have arrived the same weekend as the Boyne Valley Country Music Festival. A celebration for lovers of good country music and bush poetry, and I've loved every minute of it. The music, food and company have all been great, combined with perfect autumn weather. It's one you should put in your calendar and check out when you're heading this way. Today though, we've unhitched the van and decided on a four-wheel drive day trip to the top of Kroombit Tops, a mountain range that lies to the west.
What's the plan?
Well, we're going to do a loop because from the Discovery Centre you can go up through the Cedar Vale Road, which we're on now, and we end up at the bottom of the Kroombit Tops. Oh. We meet up with a road that comes in from Mungunko. Don't you love these names? So yeah, and then we go up the hill and through the Kroombit Tops National Park, and we've got a rainforest walk and that sort of thing, but we've got a lookout, and there's also the beautiful Betsy, the crash bomber for the World War II bomber site that we're going to see, and then we'll be coming down through Tableland Road and along the bottom hill back to here.
There are a number of ways that you can tackle this run, and some are tougher than others. The Razorback track can be difficult, and just a small amount of rain will have the local rangers closing the park because of the steep inclines and slippery conditions. From Ubobo, there is a really simple track that doesn't deviate all that much and will take you through some beautiful country.
And so ideal to drop the van off at Ubobo and bring the four-wheel drive this way?
Oh, for sure. Use the Discovery Centre at Ubobo as a base, and then come up through here and do this loop that we're about to do today.
We're on a circuit that basically runs parallel to the escarpment, which rises 900 metres above sea level. I can only imagine the views that we're going to get later today. Halfway to the top is Griffith Creek, a day use and camping area which is one of a few spots that you're allowed to camp in the Kroombit Tops region. A great spot to pull up and stretch the legs.
On this side of the road is a bit of a day use area. We've got these picnic tables and that sort of thing. And on the other side of the road we've got a camping area. So there's probably 3 or 4 acres over there you can go camping, and then just need a national park permit to stop, and yeah, it's wonderful.
It's from here that we really start to climb to the summit, and I soon realised that the roads up here are in need of a very good grade. The sign says 20 kilometres to our destination and then back out again on the same very remote road. At our current speed of about 20 clicks per hour, this is going to take some time.
I really didn't think that I'd see you spending your weekends in places like Ubobo with a caravan, but it's funny how life has its twists.
Coming out to Ubobo, the Boyne Valley's so close to where I live at Tannum Sands, and this is just such a beautiful look where we are. There's all this beautiful big timber, and it's just a stunning place.
As we get closer to our destination, there are signs that a grader has been through here recently, but it is still a goat track and progress is slow. At least I get to hang onto the steering wheel. Poor Daz is getting thrown around like he's on a ride at the show. At last, we've arrived at a point on the northern side of the range that until recently had been kept a secret for 49 years. The wreckage of a US-made Liberator bomber known as Beautiful Betsy. And the amazing thing about this place is that most of the wreckage is still laying here exactly where it crashed upon impact on the 26th of February back in 1945.
It's not a spooky sort of feeling through here, but there's a certain amount of reverence with the whole thing as well, because just the carnage that's here is just amazing. Yeah, and where everything's scattered on here. You know, you're talking 4 engines. You know, Liberator's a big plane.
7 men lost their lives on that night in atrocious weather. The aircraft was flying from Darwin to Brisbane. On board, British Flying Officer Roy Cannon was on his way to Brisbane to be married 4 days after the flight. He never made it, and until the wreck was discovered by park rangers on backburning operations in 1999, nobody knew what had even happened to the crew and the aircraft. From the plane's trajectory, it's believed that the men may have temporarily come out of low-lying cloud just before impact. Throttles were jammed forward as the aircraft changed pitch and reached for altitude. Sadly, the Liberator hit the crest of the mountain at speed and the plane's wreckage was dispersed over a wide area of mountaintop. The site has been maintained in its original condition and location, with a path that now meanders through sections of the wreckage. You can clearly make out parts of the aircraft, like propellers and engines, radios, landing gear and the tail section of the fuselage. Being at the memorial to beautiful Betsy is like taking a trip back in time, and definitely worth a look. Our next stop on Kroombit is a beauty, the main lookout for the National Park, which looks out over a stunning view of massive sandstone escarpment.
We're looking at the Boyne Valley, okay? So the road we come along before runs along where those valleys are over there and runs across this little mountain, this little range just here. But the other side of this range is the Boyne Valley. So in the distance, Ubobo is basically straight through there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll be our next stop, a cold drink when we get back into
Oh,
town.
look, I'm getting thirsty, I tell you.
Kroombit marks the start of the sandstone wilderness country that runs all the way to spectacular Carnarvon Gorge. Sydney bluegums and pink bloodwood trees dominate the open forests up here, sporadically interrupted by some of the oldest rainforests in the country. The drive down is reasonably challenging but not considered difficult under normal dry conditions. My advice would be to take a picnic lunch and spend a full day on the circuit drive that we've shown you here. And at the end of a big day's drive, a fire and a cold beer back at Ubobo is a terrific way to finish what's been a top weekend. You'll find a new Kroombit Tops 4-wheel drive guide for travel from Gladstone or Agnes Water on the Gladstone Region website. It's also freely available from the Gladstone and Agnes Water Visitor Information Centres. The Queensland Parks and Wildlife Service website might also be worth a squiz. And for the latest in the range of caravans and motorhomes from Jayco, visit brisbanecamperland.com.au.